Now, how do you think Hartford's feeling after that close match, close map, I should say, on Kings Row? That's their first map of the NACE season this year that has gone to an overtime. Their first two games, all six maps have relatively been one-sided rolls. They've had a couple times where the cart has gotten pushed a couple checkpoints, but this is the first time. This is the first team really giving Hartford a run for their money.
I think that the mental here, I've played with a lot of these guys, as we both have on UHart Red. I think from the characters that we know, like Galaxy and Become Base, I mean, these are iron mental people. These are people who, in the cut, as long as they're winning, as long as that score is going up, there's not a lot of thought going through the brain besides just doing exactly what you need to, playing the role incredibly well, and doing what needs to be done to get to the next victory. I think they're going to be utilizing this 5-minute bio just to get some water so their body is prepared for the mentality, and their mentality, I know for a fact, is incredibly strong. Now, what I find most interesting is going to be the newer players like Nift, Blackout, and Trueblade 16, seeing how they're going to be handling this new development, especially with that little pressure that's put on. I mean, it might irk you, it might keep at the back of your mind. We're talking about a top 500 player out of Nift. We're talking about an excellent Zarya out of Trueblade 16, and Blackout, somebody who's able to just roll with the punches and adapt to new circumstances. I mean, before this season, I don't even think he played Lucy all that much, and he seems to be doing a fantastic job of it so far. So hopefully they're all able to take that Hartford spirits and keep the Hawks up as we ride into this next map, which we'll have to find out soon enough. But I think there's been a development in the Twitch chat.
There absolutely has. I'd just like to give another big thank you to Alex Dial for gifting another 5 tier 1 subs to the channel. We've got Frogmouth Inc., who I believe actually just followed today, was gifted a sub. Simplified Troll. And then we've got Caden Vonk, which I believe might be a second account actually of
It's actually a fourth account.
that's a fourth account. All right.
It's a
Well,
fourth
how do you know
account.
which order they are? And
Uh,
then we've got Galaxy and KCash26, all receiving gifted subs from Alex Dial. Thank you very much yet again. And hey, looks like you called it perfectly correct. Route 66 is going to be map number 3 for today's matchup.
we're still in a rather arid climate, however. Moving over from our very typical Junker town to the Route
Wait,
66.
Dorado? Or.
Oh, actually, sorry. I think it's going to be Dorado. I believe that it's going to be Route 66 as a choice from maybe Lucky, whoever is going to be holding the. Oh, this is a rather odd development. I think South Sicilian is the leader, right? I'm sorry, I'm burping so much.
Yes, the other team in this match is going to be the host. And I'm hoping we can get this clarified.
Yeah, I mean, either map is going to be, well, I mean, both maps are going to be incredibly different, but what I'm talking about earlier is going to be that arid climate. Hopefully they take hopefully they take more UHart Red to those dry climates such as deserts, temperate rainforests, and other types of tundras, as is seen by the Mesa biome in Route 66, and Dorado being in the temperate area of Mexico.
Absolutely.
And as we have some time, would you like any other climatography facts? I'm chock full of them.
Please tell me how canyons form.
Ooh, canyons forming is actually an incredible piece of science. A very long time ago, what happened was there was a ice age. Ice ages come about on the planet every once in a while, just due to natural shifts within both the magnetosphere as well as just annual rainfall, position of the planet within the orbit around the sun, as well as the angle of that planet. As everybody knows, I believe it's 29.5 degrees the Earth is currently tilted on. That is the axis by which we spin. And during these ice ages, I'll cut it a little bit shorter. Sorry, I got excited by the fact that there was an actual science question that I know the answer to. During these ice ages, what happens is from the polar parts of the planet, ice starts to creep down incredibly deep, almost all the way down to the equator. And as it expands, these ice form large icebergs and other ice plateaus that are massive amounts, I mean, larger than mountains, and are able to slide across the land, replacing a lot of the topography with more arid climates, as snow does best in arid climates. You would know that things like the Siberia, as well as Antarctica, as well as the Arctic region, are all tundras. even though they do have a lot of water encapsulated, it's a dry area because there's not a lot of rainfall. So those canyons form because as the ice age goes back to a normal, hotter biome that is more suitable for animals to live in, the ice pulls back,
My
carving
gosh.
scars into the ground as those icebergs retreat back north. And it's incredible to think about the Grand Canyon, which is all the way down in Arizona. Sorry, once again, it's full time. Arizona, incredibly far away from where ice would actually have formed. Many think that it actually receded back into the Colorado mountains and then up into the Rockies far enough so that it didn't actually have to go all the way north. But the Grand Canyon was actually formed by large icebergs that receded into the mountains rather than going all the way up into what would be considered like Canada nowadays. Sorry, that is the end of my little geological and climatography facts. Thank you for the question. It actually made me incredibly excited. Let's get into this Route 66 Overwatch 2 game, however, as a lot of that information is completely irrelevant to what we're about to watch.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. Um, I would like, before we get there, quick shout out, Super Hoopla. Thank you for the follow. I hope you are enjoying this thrilling matchup right now. Came for True Blade, stayed for the facts about climatology. I completely misread what you said, but the point was correct.
Yeah, and let's get back into this Overwatch game as I'm gonna calm down. Facts have been said already. Part Red coming out with a Nift on the dominant Widow. Feels incredibly good in Overwatch 2. Galaxy switching over from the Baptiste, and it's gonna be a swap from Nift, but from the Baptiste on Galaxy to an Ana, and Super Vader being brought in
I
on
love
the
seeing this
Winston.
Winston, one of my favorite characters in Overwatch of all time. I haven't had too much success with him in the ranked environment, but team play is entirely different. As I say that though, Blackout on the Zenyatta gets taken out,
Ooh,
and
that's gonna be
they're
a soul
just
for a soul.
they're just trading lives right now. I believe 2 for 2, and he sees that Sombra. Does he manage to get this final blow? Oh, he
Oh, he
gets them
does.
before the teleporter could be activated. All that's left is the Zarya underneath Big Girls, and Zarya's down. That's the team kill. Not an official team kill as they got the respawns. But
Definitely gonna be a fight win.
the fight won. They have their whole team back, and now they're just going to look to hold positioning right here in front of Big Earls. As you can see, the sign, 24-hour service, no refunds, but
Yeah,
they
and they're
sell
gonna get no
gas.
refunds in this match. As VCU is gonna be pushing back in, swapping up the Zarya, Panda, hitting up the Diva, which is already brought incredibly low, and an anti-nade onto Salty Sylveon, being taken out immediately, probably trying to contend with that Galaxy Ana.
Almost finds that headshot
Ooh,
too.
a little bit too hot to handle. As they're able to clean up the rest of the kills, the Diva getting demacked and the Baby Diva being brought down. And that's going to be Nift. Looking for this Sombra. Ooh, missing the shot. I didn't actually know where the Sombra was, as we do not see the Sombra when she's invisible. But I think she genuinely just dodged one of those shots out of Nift's left click on the Sojourn. Incredible play from the Sombra. It's going to be looking once again.
What
But
does
become
Become
base at the
Based up to?
front
He just
line.
finds one.
Excuse me.
Almost takes out this Baptiste down there too.
Yeah, you gotta be Oh, whoa, these are some dangerous shots coming out. Keeping that Baptiste and Lucio kind of court him. As, oh, they're gonna be brought low again. Lord. Become base playing incredibly well. Genji suits really well
Oh,
with
he
this map.
gets
due to the
really
high
aggressive
ground.
in this Diva. Does he manage to live? His Ana barely finds him, and they put the sleep dart into the Diva. Diva
And he's
just so much
discorded.
defense matrix, able to just
Ooh,
eat
this is
all of Become
trouble.
Based's damage. They're looking at a Nano Blade. They might decide to pull it. They're still holding. Blade comes out, finds the slash, finds the dash, finds another slash, goes after the Genji. Genji finds a couple of his own, gets finally taken out by Super Vader, and well, yeah,
Salty Sylveon.
Salty. What did I say?
Salty Sylveon. No, sorry. Salty Sylveon is just doing a fantastic job on the Genji. I mean, even catching two there. UHart Red wins the fight, but now without costly losses that could be benefiting here towards a retake. Never mind, as Jelani is taken out by wait, the Zenyatta came back from spawn.
He's fast.
Incredible.
That's all I can say.
I mean, when you're walking on air, I guess you're incredibly fast, as the bomb is going to come out from
Oh,
Panda there.
Galaxy gets the final blow with the sleep dart.
With the sleep dart. Oh, different.
Now Hartford pushing into this third checkpoint with 4.5 minutes on the clock. This has been really one-sided so far, and it doesn't even seem like Hartford's doing too much. It really just feels like VCU is crumbling over the pressure.
Yeah, it does seem like that as they push into this final point. The Diva swap seems almost perilous as they're not able to play it in a style that actually works to her position in the meta right now. She should be eating this Winston alive, but isn't able to. The beat, however, coming out, saving everybody but Salty Sylveon on VCU Rams, but they're still in a very poor position. They don't have a lot of development across the board as both of their backline is going to go out. The Sombra's still alive as well as the Diva, but that's going to be slow pickings for the UHart team. Nift managing to kill off the Sombra, and that Diva does manage to get away.
They used so many ultimates there just to not find what they were looking for. Now they've made the switch off the Sombra over to the Sojourn, as well as the Kiriko, and as promised, I'm going to be featuring as much Kiriko gameplay as I can, as this is her first day being allowed in the competitive matches.
But they are currently doing a poor job as Jelani is able to find a headshot, however, onto Super Vader, and another body onto Nift.
Now
is that
it's
a blade
just
coming
the
out, though?
Kiriko, another blade by to become based. Salty Sylveon not finding what they were looking for with a blade of their own.
Yeah, and the trees are speaking Japanese as Become Based comes in with an incredible blade to finish things off there, as well as a well-placed nano from Combalaxy. Coming into this entirety of the season, Combalaxy is switching over to the support line. You have to understand that this is a new position for Combalaxy to be in on the flex support hero line. However, the experiences that I've had in the past have mostly been with him playing Ana.
Absolutely.
And I'm excited to see him back on this Ana, especially with the the Become-based Genji. We're talking about some solid potential performances here going forward, and it seems like they're already doing a fantastic job of it so far.
Absolutely. Just taking a brief look at Combalaxy's profile, you can see he peaked 3100 on that tank roll, and now being forced over. Oops, there has been a pause due to
Two people leaving the game.
DCs.
Hopefully this is just a server error, potentially even a PC problem. Hopefully this is not a rage quit or any sort of mental break. However, Super Vader attempting to attack that mental. You understand that cooperative games like this, when you're playing competitively, you gotta look for any edge that you possibly can, and he has claimed that he's gotten two. That could be important going into this next fight.
Interesting. Now, during this downtime, I'd like to give a brief shout out. We've got Super Hoopla, we've got Aegis League Unlimited, and we've got Miles with a Y, both being quite active in the chat right now. Miles with a Y saying, UHart for the win. Absolutely. I'm right there with you. And Super Hoopla saying, go Reds. Yes, sir.
Hey, shout out to Super Hoopla. I'm very surprised that you were able to get the Aegis reference there. Did you just happen to know what the name meant, or?
I simply read his name.
Oh, sorry. AE is typically a very difficult, letter combination to go over, which is why in the past it's been combined if you want a little bit of Latin history. But it does seem like both teams are ready to go here. No need for a little bit of filling. As ours are coming out in chat, I'm going to be ready for this next round of Overwatch. And it's very sad. I did have fun little knowledge about the AE symbol from classical Latin, but
Crazy.
not very necessary right now.
The AE makes the AE sound.
Yes. We won't go over it right now, but that is correct, and I'm very proud of you, son.
Spy Guy saying, let's go in chat, directly followed by Alex Style gifting another 5 tier 1 subs.
Wow.
Oh my, Dumanso, Super Hoopla getting the subs. ADS, OW, Thrax, and Salty Sylveon, actually, the Sojourn for the enemy team. Let's take a look at him as he just was gifted a subscription.
Yeah, hopefully that power of the subscription is able to pay off, but Panda's already taken down by Become Based.
Sylveon gets brought
Oh, look at the
low.
aggression here.
Hey, but you know what? It's just the power of being a subscriber to Air Culver that lets him survive.
Absolutely. I mean, that Air Culver subscription is worth its weight in gold. Sombra ult's going to be backing out. However, Super Vader incredibly low and in the back line here. That aggression seems to be tantamount to the perception, or sorry, reality that every single Winston player is living in. Panda, collecting on his debts here and getting Combalaxy as well on the way out. Hopefully they're able to disengage and UHart gets another fight in this first...
Nift brought to how low? Oh, I can't find him. Just 5 HP.
Five
Galaxy just
HP.
apparently doesn't
One,
see
two,
him.
three, four, five.
Galaxy? Okay, there we go. And like to say hello to you, Space Val Caden and Miles with a Y. Redeeming stretch. You can't see my camera, but when my camera comes on during the post-game interview, you will see it. Panda's
Absolutely,
just
as Jelani is
jumping
taken
on the
out.
Nift. But
Wow.
they find their whole team in the back line. Yo, Spy Guy
And
was
a
not
wave
ignored.
away from the Winston as he tries to get out, getting antied some way, somehow. Probably a parting gift from Galaxy on the Ana. You may claim one, but we'll claim five right back, like some sort of odd, ostentatious Hydra analogy that I'm quite simply not able to put together, but what is put together is a very solid defense by UHart Red right here, as they are looking at some ultimates getting close to being online. The Blade is up, and the Nano Blade is likely next.
Really looking forward to see how this goes. Winston jumping straight onto the Genji. Genji dashing away. Winston just trying to build up this Primal Rage as quickly as possible.
Ooh, Salty Sylveon brought incredibly low.
Take it out. They have the Nano Blade. Do they choose to go for it? I certainly
I don't
hope
even
not.
think
They've
it's
got the
necessary.
2 kills. It's just, who's all that's left? Oh, it was the Sombra who falls by their own. Stunning. Truly stunning plays.
Fell by their own axe. I mean, Become based, an incredible projectile player, by the way. I remember in a previous interview with Nif, we talked about the roles that they were going to be playing, most likely. Nift is largely known for his projectile prowess. This new Sojourn pick is mostly due to the fact that Become Base is so prominent on both the Hanzo as well as the Genji. Those long-range shots doing work to finish off that end in the last fight. Hopefully we're able to see what? What are we seeing? What is that?
That's just Tuesday. What can I say?
It's Tuesday Overwatch, baby.
Oh my.
Forcing out the trance as well so they won't have it for Nano Blade. UHart is playing out of their minds right now. Hopefully they notice the combination that they could be hitting. As they do, the Nano Blade goes through, finding the Zen, finding the Ana, and following up with the Sojourn. That was beautiful timing and execution.
It's almost too easy for this dominant lineup that they have right now.
And Panda throwing himself off the cliff like a lemming, which is a completely false fact, by the way. The lemmings were forced off of that. Disney, we will be suing eventually. It's a big secret, but unlike the lemmings, they're going to stay in this fight as they do get respawns on, and they do have 4 ultimates available. And is that a swap, by the way? The new Kiriko out of Lobster, trying it out from VCU Rams.
Instantly getting that Lobster POV, doing whatever I can to see as much Kiriko as I can.
Oh, and the EMP denied by the incredible popping of ultimate. Okay, sorry, never mind. That is the end of the game. They did not touch point, and that is it for today. That was incredible by UHart Red. That was a beautiful defense, shaking their mental so hard that they forgot about the only objective in the game that is actually able to put up anything on the board. That's gonna be a Charlie Niner to finish off. No C9s in the chat. That's a lot of respect from everybody. It's going to be Become based with the play of the game. An incredible 3-piece, beautifully executed, damn near perfection.
That was good fun. That was that was I mean, yeah, what else can you really say? I just received a DM from the players of Hartford. I believe we're going to be getting a post-game interview from True Blade. Now, let's take a brief second. I'm going to do a bit of behind-the-scenes work, try to set this up as best as possible.
Yeah, and in that meantime, if you allow me to, remember that what pays the bills at the end of the day is going to be your subscriptions, your bits, your donations at twitch.tv. Remember, this production put on completely by choice and out of respect for the incredible team that is UHart Red. If there's any other games that you would like us to cast, we should have the time in the future, but for now, this cast is brought to you by you, the viewers, so please check out twitch.tv/AirCulver, watch us on YouTube at AirCulver, and please support the cast in any way that you possibly can. Even a follow, a shout out on Twitter, all incredibly helpful things. And that's going to be a Hawks dub 3-0 against VCU Rams. An incredible performance on that last point. A very close match when it came to that King's Row, and that Li Jiang slightly dominant when it came to the UHart performance. All leading to that fateful C9 in the end. And re-looking at it, it does seem like VCU was actually seeing that the C9 was happening, but incapable of responding to it. Very sad, but somewhat understandable. As we do have to get the production ready. Sorry, I totally forgot I had to get my camera on.
Production ready. My camera's on, waiting for the Get Corned cam to turn on. We've got some GGs in the chat coming out from Spy Guy, coming out from Alex Dial. And as Miles redeemed earlier, get the Air Culver stretch coming in. I haven't changed my transition yet. Transition has been done. Now they can see
Now do the stretch.